tonight's edition of Digging for Old, we took some inspiration from our big story and decided to check on the Oregon Historical Society's archives when it comes to earthquakes. This tile that you're seeing right there caught our eye. You can see it's from the state capitol renovation in 1995. But according to the certificate of authenticity, it's actually an original tile from 1938, taken from the observation deck of the Capitol building. Here's a photo of the Capitol from 1938 or 39, right after the building was occupied again, and that's because the old Capitol building burned down. Here's what the 1876 Capitol looked like in Oregon. The major difference between the buildings are certainly those columns out front. But here's an incredible photo from the Historical Society showing the April 1935 fire that destroyed the Capitol building. The old building was ruined, but construction to rebuild was underway relatively quickly, which brings us back to our 1938 tile in the Historical Society's collection. You may be wondering why it says 1995 on there. Well, that's when construction was completed on a big renovation project to repair damage from the Spring Break Quake of 1993. Now, we have plenty of footage in the KGW vault from that earthquake, which registered 5.6 on the Richter scale. The quake's epicenter was about 30 miles south of Portland, near the Scotts Mills community. Thankfully, nobody was killed and only a few people reported injuries. Molalla High School, not too far from the epicenter, saw plenty of damage. Today, we tracked down this U.S. Geological Survey report on the earthquake, which includes some interesting details, including the fact that the quake was felt over an area of, get this, 37,500 square miles from Roseburg to Seattle. The experts noted that before the Spring Break Quake, there had been 5 similar earthquakes in the region when it comes to intensity and disruption. Those stretched between 1877 and 1965. The report also talks about earthquake damage to the Capitol building. The 106-foot high rotunda cracked and bulged out by 3 feet, and the Oregon Pioneer statue on top actually rotated because of all the shaking, cracking the mortar that held it atop the dome, but thankfully staying put. One more nugget from our archival adventure. This tile was donated to the Historical Society by none other than the late Senator Peter Courtney, Oregon's longest serving lawmaker and a great guy who died this past summer at the age of 81.